and stuff. And this particular subscriber asked it to be used. Let me put that in first. So I'll put their name first because they suggested it. Okay. Nice and slow, so it's spelled wrong. Subscribers. She's good too. She's a sweet girl, and she always she always comes to my live streams a lot. I appreciate it. And then subscriber. Fox. Give you a little curly eggs. Okay, long time subscriber of mine. ASMR, formerly known as Whisper Diction, but now known as OGs. Let's see, there's a few subscribers I remember at the top of my head, and there's some that I know I can think of. I don't know how to, I want to make sure I spell it right. Yeah, I got lucky. I can picture their name in my head, but I don't want to spell it wrong and screw it up. I do remember one actually. They recently commented on a video. Yeah, I do remember one too. I think that's my music. Jack Money. Can't forget the 12, because he's got a 12 in his name. But yeah, that is a G. Yeah. She's connected a little bit, but yeah, Jack, that's your G. It's just like I said, the way it looks, but that's definitely a G. It's just a fancy G. Yes, that's the other one, but I want to make sure I spelled his name right. I guess the Jinx is here. But, like I said, I just want to make sure I get your name right, alright? I don't want to get it wrong, right? Jinx. J-I, right? Yeah, J-I-N-X. Remember your profile because you got the Purge mask as your profile. The Jinx is here. He also comes to my lives a lot too. It's funny too because this one person's profile name is Pookie8063, and it's kind of funny because we have a subscriber actually started calling us Pookie, so it's kind of funny. It's just funny because I'm like, what the heck? I was like, I mean, it's spelled different, but it's I think it's pronounced the same the way you're looking at it. Unless I'm wrong, then make sure to correct me if I'm wrong. But I think I think that's how you pronounce it. If it is, I'm like, what the heck? That's actually kind of an interesting coincidence. I'm like, oh yeah. Okay, but seriously though, okay, Pookie8063. I can remember that. Yeah. it's just the way it looks. 63. Like I said, I'll look too on my other video because it was requests and stuff like that. So I'll have to look on there too to make sure I add them as well. And this notebook's a pain sometimes. Van Gogh ASMR. Or VG ASMR for short. It is all capitals. Okay, like I said, what I want to do is try to add a lot of people if I can, so I'm going to try and make this as long of a list as possible. Okay. I guess I'm just making it random, but if you want yours to be included, make sure to let me know in the comments. But don't worry, I don't want to have to mention before. I'll definitely be putting your stuff too. I just want to make sure, like I give, I want to add other people too, so that way they get shoutouts too. But don't worry. Here's another one. I think I've done this person before, I believe. But it's Jean Claude. Looks like, I think that's how you pronounce it, Claude. It looks similar to the name of the character from Grand Theft Auto 3, I believe it was. I think it was that guy named Claude. I think that's how you pronounce your last name. Jean Claude. If I'm saying right, if I'm not, let me know in the comments. But I think from when I know somebody with that name, they used to say Jean. So I think I'm saying her name right. I'm hoping I am. Okay. Jean, okay. Claude, C-L-A-U-D-E. C-L-A-U-D. And then they got a number. Yeah, 5649. Okay. So yeah, these are like, okay, on the list of public subscribers. Or like I said, people suggested, but suggestions and wanted them to be in, they wanted to be in the shoutouts. Alright, next is Spikey Jojo 5829. Okay, so let's break that down. Okay, I can't do it on that side, that's too hard. Spike E, which is interesting because I used to have a cat named Spikey. Jojo 5829. Let's see. Who will be next? Anyone? Some channel called iZooms. Oh, sounds interesting. But, yeah, so it's exactly the way. Yeah, it's basically spelled exactly the way it looks. And she has to be king, so yeah. Yeah, I'll give you a fancy name, a little curl at the end. And obviously, Ellen, I added you. Because I see you right there, so. But I already added you, so. Alright. And then here's one. Sisva. One, I think, yeah, you have a wolf, but you're Emmy Wolfie. S-Y-S. So break it down. S-Y-S. Yeah, that way I can spell it right. Okay. I-P-H-A. That's easy. I-P-H-A. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Ice Jackal, God of Metal 14. Okay, that's a very long name. So let's start simple. Ice Jackal. What was it? God of Metal? Yep, basically. And just a 14. That's easy. God of Metal. Was it 13 like the Black Sabbath album? No, actually 14. You're one number short. 14, 13. Jesus. Okay, hopefully that didn't hurt your ears. Brother. I dropped them. I got nervous for a second. I dropped the phone. I mean, luckily it didn't get any more cracks, but still. That was kind of loud. That scared the heck out of me. Jeez. I can feel my heart rate going up a little bit. Anyway. Okay, facts. ASMR 1. Facts. They got all capital ASMR. What was it? 1? Yep, basically. Like number 1. Quite literally. Okay, here's what I meant. And this is a content creator from Instagram. He had me like years, like a long time ago. I can't remember. It's been so long I can't remember. I remember they did ASMR for a little bit, and they got mixed up with non-ASMR. And they kind of go back and forth, stuff like that. I remember, because they were, they were trying to do the ASMR thing, stuff like that. And she subscribed to my channel. Yes, it's one of our subscribers from Scotland. And she used to do stuff on TikTok, but she hasn't uploaded on TikTok in a long time. Once in a while, she'd upload stuff. Mostly like drawing and stuff like that, kind of fun pictures and in coloring. Which is kind of where I got inspiration to do coloring videos. Now, obviously, like I said, like they didn't have coloring books. Like she actually draws some colors, and more obviously, with me, I do coloring books. I mean, yeah, I do draw, like that stuff like that once in a while, but completely different art style. Okay, I can't remember if I mentioned this person in the last one or not. I wanted to, but I can't remember if I did or not. But, alright, Nathan Lance. Here is his at Orcamico3820. Okay, so break it down nice and slowly. Okay, so let's start with or. Cam it go. And don't worry, I'm just saying it like that so I can. That's how I spell it. Because I can sometimes have a bad memory when it comes to that. So it's kind of a way to help me not forget. So that way I say it right, or else I'll screw it up and I'll spell it completely wrong, and I don't want to do that. So, and here's some of a Shiba Inu doggy. Gil ASMR. It's funny because I got a Shiba Inu doggy. Gil capital MR. Interesting one. Pat Smith at Amish Soldiers. I wonder if they actually are Amish or former Amish. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool if you are. I always found the Amish like an interesting, just something about the Amish I found interesting, like especially since they don't have like the technology we have. So it's like, and I watch former people who are former Amish videos. I don't know, I'm just fascinated by it, because I'm like, I just sit and think like so many of us take it for granted what we got. I'm like, but the Amish, like, they barely have anything. Like, when you look at their technology and stuff, it's like, and just how the lifestyle. And I'm just like, oh, jeez. They say they got buried anything, but they make it work and everything, and like, and I'm just curious. Like, I just get curious. 'Cause I'm just like, I don't know how they do it. Like, I just sit there. I'm like, oh boy, I don't know how they do it. That's gonna be hard. I mean, no TV, no cars, horse and buggies. Very, very strict. It depends on the Amish. There's some that are liberal, New Order, and then there's like the Short and Trooper. Like, there's all sorts of different Amish groups. And there's some that are like Old Order, which is generally very, very strict. Like up your rear end strict. Like quite literally, like they're right behind your back and watching your every move, kind of strict. And like I said, there's ones that they say are liberal. So like, supposedly I heard from that. I'm not sure. Like, that's like politics, liberal. That's somewhat. But usually what they say is, if they're liberal, it basically means that they have more loose rules. So like, they're still strict rules, but they're not like, hovering over your shoulder or crawling on your back and hanging on tight for a ride to see like, hey, what are you doing, buddy? Oh, don't do that. You better not do it. Like, they seem to be more like more relaxed, if you will. Like, they kind of just be like, all right, we have rules stuff, but some of this other stuff we're like, chill, we don't worry about that stuff, we'll give you a little bit more breathing room, But like I said, I've never been Amish. I don't know. I've never been an Amish person, like in real life. So like I said, I can only go by what I see in videos because I never really actually I've been around seeing Amish, like, but I never actually talked to them or actually got to like I don't know anybody who is Amish. I wouldn't mind it, I think it'd be interesting. I'm very curious about it. No, I wouldn't want to be Amish, but I'm just curious, like the general things, like how do they do it? Like, that's gotta be hard. I mean, because if they don't have air conditioner for the summer and heat for the winter, I'm just like, geez, I don't know how they do it. I mean, for me too, because I sweat easily, so I'm like, oh, I couldn't do it. I'd be sweating like crazy. I'm just like, I don't know how they do it. I really do. I tell you the truth, I don't know how they do it. That's gotta be hard. Not to mention, my worry would be, what if you get a heat exhaustion because the heat is bearing down on you, and you have all these layers of clothes on your arms, and I'm like, I don't know how they do it. That's got to be very hard. I did this process for a shout out before. Nevea. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. If not, let me know in the comments and I can fix how I pronounce it. Don't at me. I'm just trying to like say that, and at the same time I'm trying to like make sure I don't screw up and spell it wrong. Well, that, and I'm trying to make sure I write it neat and I don't want to write sloppy. Like, I want it so that it's neat, but at the same time, like, people can actually read what the heck I'm writing. It's neat enough that I should be able to. I mean, I'm probably not giving myself enough credit. A lot of people tell me my handwriting's really good, so I'm probably just not giving myself enough credit, And I'm just like worrying about it too much. But I got anxiety, so I kind of, I worry about it a lot. I worry about, what if I don't write it right? What if I don't type it neat enough? Like, so I guess not so much of a confidence thing. It's more of just like a worry thing, Especially since I want to make sure people can read it, so I worry about it a bit. This is your channel. Angelic Whisperings ASMR. Alright, we'll give you a shout out too. Angelic Whisperings. So I guess that's it says at Angelic Whisperings. Yep, and just ing and an s. There you go. So yeah, just switch over your ear so I can do your ear. soon I'm gonna do is I am going to look up this video, the one video comment section for one video, because I know there was people who requested, so I want to make sure I add them too. And like I said, afterwards, I'll make sure to, like I said, throw in the garbage, because like I said, that way I'm not just having some random list of people's names like that, that way it doesn't seem like strange, like, you know what I mean? I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking it. I don't know, that's just something I worry about. Like I don't want people to think like, like, okay, that's strange, But I'll make sure to do it on film too, so that way you physically hear it. So that way it doesn't seem like I'm just making stuff up, but like that's actually true. Okay. Just trying to find somewhere random. I don't know. Here's one that checks films. Okay. I've done that one for a video before, for a shout out before. Never checked your channel out though. I should really check it out and see what it's about. That sounds interesting. That checks films. I wonder what film. I'm kind of curious what kind of films you have. Well, film. Here, give you an extra long S. Can I give you like a fancy S with the ridiculously over long S? It's like, make it unique. Okay. Here's one. It's Pete Bird. Pete Bird 3121. It's actually funny too because in high school I used to know somebody who had a bird named Pete, and your YouTube name is Pete Bird 3121. So it's like that brings us so many memories. So Pete Bird, yeah, it's actually spelled the same way too. Pete Bird. Give you a fancy W just for the heck of it. Alright, phone, don't lose my spot. I need another number. 3121. I gotta give you a fancy too. A fancy too, it's a little bit extra big. At least a little bit. I mean, not too much, but, a little bit. I'm just really extremely freaking tired because it's almost 4 o'clock a.m. in the morning. So I really should be going to freaking sleep and stuff like that. Like I said, I want to get this video done. But in reality is I really should be getting sleep. I should be doing these videos. I should be recording these videos earlier. Like I said, I've just been, some of you know, obviously know, but yeah, I just some stress in my personal life and everything else, and I just kind of stay up late because it's like, just stressed. I just, the stress I'm going through, I worry about it too much, Like I said, some of you I do, obviously some of you do know, what I'm referring to. I'm like, eventually I'll pop. Yeah, there's another one too. Taylor XX. And then it's a TS dash fan. So I think it looks like Taylor Swift. I think so. I think they're a fan of Taylor Swift. I'm guessing that's what that means. TS fan. I'm guessing. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. And like I said, once we're done. Alright, so is there anything you want me to think? Yeah, I want to do that. That's that one thing. That's that motivational thing, yeah. So, yeah, don't mess with that one. I wouldn't mess with that one. I want to keep that. But this is the backing. So I do. I got a curly M, and then of course the fancy, like half cursive, half not cursive P. If that makes any sense. I mean, that probably sounds a bit wacky, but that's what I would consider it. Oh, I guess you changed your profile picture. I was wondering I was like, where the heck are you at? There you are. I think it's a he or she. I think it's a he, but I don't want to say for sure. I mean, I'm guessing maybe because their name is Chris Betts, but they didn't tell me, so I don't know. I don't want to get your pronouns wrong. I don't want to offend you. So, Christian F2424. Oh, that kind of reminds me of the show 24 from like the 2000s. I never watched that show, but I remember hearing about it in The Simpsons. I remember my parents watched it, but I don't remember what that was about. I think I want to say it was like some sort of like cop or like secret agent show, but I can't remember. I know it's from the early 2000s because that's when it was popular. But I can't remember exactly. I can't put my mind on it. There's one interesting name. Connor Perry. Perry kind of reminds me of Perry Ellis. For those who don't know, that's a designer clothing brand in which I own one of their shirts. I have a polo shirt that's made by Perry Ellis. Basically an expensive designer shirt. Now, normally I wouldn't spend a ridiculous amount for a polo shirt. But at the time I did, I was in Atlantic City and I won a lot of money. I won well over $100.50. Total I turned $20 into $160. So as you can imagine, I'm like, oh shit. I turned a $20 bill into $160. I'm like, shit, I'm buying something nice. Now obviously at the time, just for inflation, it'd probably be closer. Shit. Let me write this person's name before I forget, because I just slipped. I almost lost the place. And I want to get their name correct. 3, 2, 1. Okay. That actually kind of works. It's like going backwards evenly. All right. Cameras are rolling. 3, 2, 1. That actually kind of works. That actually makes sense. Oh, there you go. They got a Skeletor. I might put their name too. I can't remember what that guy was talking about. Oh, Perry Ellis. Yeah. So basically, it was a $60 shirt. Now I said this was late 2010, so it was what? I want to say it was 2017 or 16, something like that. It was $60 for the polo. Now, obviously, for just for inflation, that shirt probably would be $100 in today's money. I can imagine, but I don't know. I don't have an inflation calculator with me, so I wouldn't be able to tell you really. And I'm not really an expert on inflation and all that crazy nonsense. Personally, I think inflation's annoying, if you ask me, because it causes everything to go up in price, and it makes it hard for people to afford things. And for me, you want to have a business, which obviously I'm gonna have my own business, because I don't want to be those ASMR artists who are hey, I'll make special content for you, but guess what? You have to pay a subscription for it. I'm like, yeah, but people are paying it, but there's other ways to make money like me. I want to start a vending machine business, an arcade business, things I can make money on the side, so I can still make money, but at the same time, I'm not gonna, make people pay videos just to get special videos. To me, I'm not gonna do that. I can't see doing that to people. And I'm sure people have different reasons. I'm sure. Just for me, I'm just I want to give free advice to people. I want to give free motivation. I want people to learn for free. I don't want people to come to my channel and say, "Oh, great, now I got to pay for this." Instead, they come, they're like, "Oh shit, I like this guy. He's not gonna charge things for videos. He just makes good content, and he's not charging me any money for it. He just wants me to come just for the heck of it because it's good entertainment. It's relaxing and that stuff. He doesn't want to just, take the money I worked hard for. And for the products he has, like I said, I would make my products affordable. Shirts, hats, book bags, different custom jobs, for some products like that. And, I would want to do is make it a bit cheaper than all those competitors. even if I had to do it myself, and if me and my team did it to save money, so that I can save money, and so that I can, even with inflation, kind of like Arizona iced tea, I can make the price, really cheap, and people can afford it. And they're like, oh, that's not too bad. I said, most of these people are charging this price. He's charging this low price because he cares more about the person and their love for the product over profit. And like I said, and there's nothing wrong with having wanting to make profit. But, the one thing to me is like someone enjoying the customer is just as important as making money. I'll give you a shout to Samuel 91457. Samuel Castaneda. If I pronounce your name wrong, be sure to let me know in the comments. But you're a random subscriber. We'll give a shout to. Anyway, and that's how I am too. Like I said, I don't want to be one of those people who lets the money get to their head. I want to be so that people can afford it, and they're like, man, I like this product. It's affordable. I like this guy. And it's true for me. Like, yeah, profit's great and all, but I care about the customer being you and the product that you want. And I'm not gonna worry about how much money I'm making. Because money, there's always gonna be money to be made. There always will be, no matter what. Money's not going anywhere. I'm giving him a shout to the Internet Officer 6594. Kind of an interesting profile picture. I don't know, I'm looking at him like the Internet Officer. I have no clue what that means, but it sounds interesting. So it definitely caught my eye. And I see products too, but people ASMRs too, and just general content creators, but, the prices are a bit up there, and for me, if I can, I want to try to learn, how to make the customs, clothing, book bags of myself. That way, like I said, it saves me money, and I don't have to hire a company, because the problem is, what happens when I hire a company, they're going to want X amount of money, you have to go back and forth, you have to fight and argue over who's getting what, and then it pushes the person selling the product to jack up the price, which again goes against my core values. Where I don't want to do that to people. I want it to be affordable, like Arizona tea, how it's so cheap. I want to be like that, and that's what inspires me to do it. Especially because I see that, I want to do the same thing, because I don't like the customer. So you, the customer, I want to value your happiness over my profit. And I do what I do because, like I said, out of the love in my heart and because I care. Because I genuinely care about people. Hence, too, why, I always say my YouTube family. Because to me, yes, you are my extended family. And we are the ASMR Wolf family. And, like I said, I would defend you just like I would my own family. I would defend you. I would. Now, obviously, yeah, nobody's sending comments, stuff like that, but if they did, yes, I can guarantee, yes, I'd be like, hey, this is my subscribers, stuff like that. We don't do that here. We don't say mean things to people. So you need to chill out and calm down. You know what I mean? Because I do generally love and care for you guys so much. And some of you I've been talking to recently with what I've been going through in my personal life that I opened up a little bit. Which, like I said, at first I was kind of nervous because, like I said, I'm not used to it. I'm not used to, too, because I try with my family, but they just don't, the problem with my family, they just don't understand, it's just, they just don't, you know what I'm saying, they don't understand it fully, and stuff like that, and it's hard to tell them, because it's you should have done this, or, like I said, I encourage you guys, you just listen, and just say, and You just say what you honestly feel, you know. And that's what I like about you guys. You know, you guys are just easy to talk to, and I like that. You know, easy to talk to and everything, and then, you know, and then you put it simply of what, you know, of what to do and stuff like that. And I like that because it helps. Like, it helps more than you ever will believe. Gemini Baby ASMR is the next. But like I said, I'll read over each name too, the best that I can. Okay, I mentioned this person before. They got an American flag. It's their picture, and apparently they're called Redneck Kev. So I guess that's short for Redneck Kevin. I can imagine. But it's an interesting name, so we'll give you a shout out again. Redneck Kev. There you go. Connect your E and the V together. Make it a little fancy. 5171. Okay, now just give me a minute. I gotta look at that review, see our requests. Okay, here we go. Here's the subscriber. They mentioned in the video, it was installment 6 of this video. They got a kitty cat picture. Bud 7769. So like 4 weeks ago, they mentioned the comments. So basically rounded off, basically a month ago. Oh yeah, I can't forget that subscriber. It's a long-time subscriber of mine. Remember you said your name was Ash. Oldie S. Oldie Station with 2 N's. So basically, you know it's spelled station, but add an extra N. So 2 instead of 1. I'll give you 2 curly N's. Okay. Another subscriber. Ard. Fark. Man. Art Farkman. 9894. Yeah, they could see it. Alright. Maybe move it a little bit, but. Remember, yeah, Shadow Ryan the Fox said that in the comment, he said he wish I had my handwriting and he left the curly X. Okay, I mentioned that person. Okay. This one. Ethel Phone Mason too. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. Come check the video out because you are in this video too. ELPH May. Yes, a May with an I. Sun. 2. Okay, now Natalie, like Natalie Portman from Star Wars. Natalie 7951. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that one. Give you a little bit of a cursive. You have cursive, you have print. 7951. Oh God, my leg. Yeah, my leg. Oh God, it's hurting so bad. always thought that was an interesting name, Angel. Angela G. Angel. Oh, I guess that's Angela. Angela G-E-O-R. I am not sure how to pronounce it. Yeah, I don't want to. I promise. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't want to say it because I don't want to get it wrong. Yeah, like that one's a really hard one. So I don't want to. I don't want to get it wrong. And it's like, dude, you said my name completely wrong. you know what I mean. I probably could find enough of you to this to give shouts to. Ruben GMG. You gotta get both your G's fancy. Okay, here's one. Peter Frank. Peter, kind of like in the Bible, the book of Peter. Peter Frank 53:23. Is that a book or is that per? Oh, I think Peter was a disciple of Jesus. I don't think he had his own book. I mean, he was an eyewitness, but I don't think there's a book of Peter. I think you're thinking of the disciple of Jesus who was named Peter. One of them. Because I know one of them was named was Peter. Which is funny too. I used to have a childhood friend named Peter. I haven't talked to him in years, but I remember too. Because we used to play all the time. I don't remember. I mean, I still talk to his father once in a while, but I never thought to ask, like, how come we don't talk anymore? Like, I don't know if we just fell apart. Like just general, like when you're friends with people as your kids, and then you kind of just like lose contact, and you kind of just do your thing. I'm not sure. I thought about asking too, but I'm just like, I don't know, I just get kind of shy. I'm shy, and stuff like that. So I get really shy and stuff like that. So I get nervous, I mean, because we never had arguments or anything like that. Like there was nothing bad. Like I said, it's just me, me being my nervous self. Like I said, because I'm a shy boy, I get shy, and stuff like that. I can realize on the camera, not so much, not as bad as I used to, but like in further life, I'm like, I get shy a little bit. Sometimes I get the shakes because I get nervous and stuff like that. I just get worried about part of it because it's more of like I just worry about what people might think, I mean, and it could be something completely fine, but I just, in the back of my head, I worry about it a little bit. At least a little bit, which probably is, I'm sure that's probably anxiety, but here's one. Pokemon card ASMR. Okay, you're up next. Yes, it's just me taking a deep breath, that's all. Oh, crap. Okay, let's try it again without the music in the background. Yeah, it's my clock. It's my Thomas Kincaid clock. Yeah, because I got this clock that's by the famous painter Thomas Kincaid. It's pretty fancy. It looks like an A, but that's an ancient O. It's just like it's just a loop on the O to make it fancy and different. Pokemon card ASMR. Yeah, that's this. I'm sure it won't be uploaded to the morning because I am so freaking tired. Like, I'm ready to. I'm not gonna lie. When I paused the video, my face almost fell onto the phone. Like no joke. Like that's how tired I am. Like, but I do it for you guys. Because I won't lie. I do that. Like, I'll stay up very late. Like ridiculously late. But like I said, because I love you guys, it's the love I have for you guys, and I hope I've helped you guys to relax and for different things you go through in your personal lives, that it's between me and you, and at the same time, what I'm going through right now, like you guys also are there for me too, to listen and give your personal opinion, which I like. Because like I said, to me, that's what I like, because I do want to hear, like, family is just kind of like, they kind of do it, but not in the same way, Like I said, you guys are easier to talk to because you just like you're just straightforward with it, just straightforward and right to the point. Or my family, they just, they have to just go on and on about it. I'm like, where you guys are just right to the point of like, seriously, like this is messed up. Like, just this is what you gotta do. Everything else, that's what I like. Like you say, like, I mean, yeah, we'll talk about stuff like that. And I'll tell you all about it. But like I said, you guys get right to the point, and it'd be like, all right, this is messed up, but this is what you gotta do, And it may be hard, but it's what you gotta do. Okay, here next. I think I mentioned you in this series before, I believe. Haley Brand, 9151. Kind of reminds me of Haley Williams from Paramore. Yeah, you spelled it right now. Okay. I was like, oh God, don't tell me I'm spelling this wrong. That's gonna be embarrassing. No, according to your profile, I'm spelling it right. Like I said, I'm half asleep, so I'm like, yeah, like I said, it's probably even later now. Yeah, it's like freaking like 4:05 a.m. at night, and I haven't gotten to sleep yet, and stuff like that. So I'm like, yeah, like I said before, like every time I post a video, or even right now, I'm recording it, I'm ready to fall. My head's ready to fall, like completely just fall into the phone and fall asleep on this table. So I'm like, I'm really trying hard to not fall asleep. And I had this video messed up. I can't give you a shout out too, because I like your name is interesting. American Welder. Because they have two R's, I guess. Imagine it'd be welder. Like a longer R, I guess, because of two R's. I'm guessing, I don't know. Maybe maybe he's just pronounced it American Welder. No. But like I said, if I did say it wrong, feel free to correct me wrong. Yeah, alright, yeah, I'm like looking, I'm like, did I spell wrong, or am I just thinking, is my brain that's like ready to fall asleep, just, losing it, and be like, it's like, dude, you got it right, just chill out. It's just me, just worrying too much and overthinking it. It's a funny name, Doofer. I'm like, okay, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like an actual word that means something, or if it's just meant to be funny. It's Doofer 7598. Like I said, I like it because it sounds funny, but it's also interesting. Kind of like eye-catching. It's like, wait, what? Your name's what? I'm like, I was like, that's kind of interesting. Like, it caught my eye. I'm like, okay, I have to look at that again. Like, am I going crazy? Like, that's what, jeez, phone, you have to be so loud. Alright, last person. Samantha M. 664. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up because before I really get like, my brain really decides to give up. Because my brain is seriously ready to give up on staying awake. so I'll do the best I can. Alright, Angelica Berry 09U, a new subscriber, like I said, who requested, who told me this in live stream, they requested it, and they wanted to be at the top. They said they could put their name first. They asked me if they could put my name first, so I made sure to do that for her. Okay, and then Ellen111. So the subscriber who always joins my live streams and everything else, but she's a very sweet girl, though. She is. I'll admit, yeah, she is. And she's been very helpful with like what I've been going through recently. She really, really has been helpful with that. I'm forever grateful for that because I really needed it, like really badly. talking about that. Like it sounds like a TV product. I don't know. Like that's what it reminds me of. You know. I don't know if TV even exists anymore, but one. If I'm pronouncing your name wrong, let me know. Ice Jackal, God of Metal 14. Vex, ASMR 1. Milton Shand. Organico 3820. Kill ASMR. Amish Soldiers. Marie. I think I'm pronouncing it right. I think I'm not. Let me know because I don't want to pronounce it wrong if I am. 7800, or in this case 7,800. Angelic Whisperings. The Jax Films. Pete Bird 33121. Taylor XX. ASMR Simply Christian 4224. Connor Perry 321. Radial Groove Samuel 91457. Which is interesting too because actually Samuel is another name from the Bible. The Internet Officer 6594, which I found kind of interesting because I'm like, I have no clue what an Internet Officer. I guess that's an officer on the Internet. I guess maybe. I don't know, but it's like that kind of sounds interesting. Like it sounds interesting. Aaron Harvey 5584. Moondrop ASMR. Gemini Baby ASMR. Redneck Kev 5171. Bud 7769. Oldie Station. Art Varkman 9894. Ethel Phone Mason 2. Natalie 7551. Angela Gior. I don't know if we pronounced that right. Ruben GMG. Peter Frank 5323. Pokemon Card ASMR. Galactic Graphics AZ. Haley Brand 9151. American Modeler. Doofy 7598. And Samantha M664. And like usual. So is it that way? It doesn't seem like strange or funky that I'm, keeping a list of random people's names, like that. And maybe it's just me overthinking it, but like I said, I want to do it so that way, like I said, so it doesn't seem like an odd thing to do. And in the garbage, there we go. Like I said, and then I do it all over again. I said, maybe you guys don't mind. Like I said, I don't know. I don't want to assume. So like that way it's just, that way it doesn't seem like strange. Like I said, and it's probably just me worrying. I'm probably just worrying about it too much. Maybe I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to make it weird. You know what I mean. If that makes any sense at all. Pillow tapping. That's how I enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Videos, every single videos. I thank you for watching this video. And if you want to be included in the shout out and the rank subscriber, whatever I call it, but basically doing the shout outs.